Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video Christina is going to show you how to make this adorable Easter egg dishcloth. It started from the bottom and it's worked up in rows, and then you switch to a multicolor here for the little trim, and then go back to solid and do some decreasing, and then there's a round around the outside. So this was made with worsted weight cotton yarn, and it's a great way to use up some scrap colors. And the links to everything are listed below. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel and share and like my videos, because it really helps us out a lot. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy this project.
Hey everybody, it's Christina here from maggiescrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Easter egg dishcloth. This is pattern number FP431. You can find it on maggiescrochet.com. You need two different colors of cotton yarn for this. Always want to use cotton yarn for a dishcloth. So you're going to want white, and then whatever color you want your stripes to be. I like the variegated, so that's what I'm going to be using today. This project uses a size H 8 hook, or whatever size you need to obtain your gauge, and I think that's about it. Let's get started. So you want to start by taking your hook and the white cotton yarn and making a foundation chain of 10 chain stitches. And then now the pattern does say 11, it's really supposed to be 10, so go ahead and just do 10. Skip the first chain, do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then the rest of this row is just going to be straight up single crochets. Get it started nice and simple. But yeah, there's I mean, you could use any different color for the stripes on this. It would be really neat to have a little collection of all the same dish towels, just with different colored stripes, whatever matches your kitchen, or you know, pastel-y Easter colors, anything like that. Alright, so when you finish your first row, you should have 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Now row 2, chain 1 and turn. And you're going to do 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here. Okay, so we've increased by 1 there. Single crochets all the way across until you get to the last stitch. Second to last stitch. Alright, and then for the last stitch here, we're going to do 2 single crochets in that as well. So this has increased us up to 11 stitches. If we counted, there'd be 11 right there. We're going to do the same thing on row 3, only we're going to switch over to half double crochets. So chain 1 and turn. A half double crochet starts very much like a double crochet. Loop over, insert your yarn down to the stitch, pull a loop through, and then if this was a double, we'd pull a loop through 2 and then through the remaining 2, but for a half double, you just go ahead and pull it through all 3 at the same time. So we're going to increase, work another stitch in that same first stitch, half double, and then we'll do half doubles all the way across and do 2 in the last stitch there, and I'll come back when I've done that. So rows 4, 5, 6, and 7 are worked just like row 3, where you do 2 half doubles in the first one, half double across, and then 2 in the last one. So by the end of row 7, you should have 21 stitches, which I do here, and then you can go ahead and snip your yarn and finish it off. Now normally when you're working stripes you don't do this, but our colored stripe is only 1 row, so when we work across we'll need the white and get on this side, so that's why we can go ahead and snip it off, because we'll need it on the other side, not on the same side. So to join our multicolored yarn, go ahead and do a slip stitch on your hook, and we will do a slip stitch into the first half double crochet, which is right here. Slip stitch, just pull through and pull that same loop through the chain that was on your hook. All right, great. So now we're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to count that as a half double crochet and 2 chains. Skip the next stitch, double crochet in the following one, chain 2, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the following one, and we'll do this across. Once you get to the end of this row, again, you can go ahead and snip your thread and finish it off, because we're going to go back to working with the white again. After you've made it all the way across and finished off your variegated or color stripe yarn, flip over. Now this is the right side. All of our odd rows are the right side. I've got my white back on my hook with a slip knot. I'm going to join into this previous row with a single crochet. So I've got my loop there, pull a loop through, oop, not all the way through. We want to do a single crochet, not a slip knot, but then I'll pull through those 2. There we go. Now for this row, so I've got a single crochet in the top of that double. Then I'm going to work a double into row number 7, the last row with the white yarn. So go ahead and pick up an extra loop on your hook, go behind this chain 2 that we did on the previous row, insert into the stitch that we didn't work into, and work a double crochet. Okay? And then we're going to work a single into the top of the double from row 8. So we're kind of filling in the gaps. Okay? So again, pick up a loop. I find it easiest to kind of fold the variegated yarn row forward. That lets me see the stitch that I'm working into. And then I can work my double, then kind of fold it back up to work the single into the top of the variegated yarn double there. See how that makes kind of a, like I said, we're just kind of filling in the gaps. So I'll continue doing this all the way across. Rows 10 and 11 are just going to be straight half double crochets all the way across, no increases, nothing fancy. And then you repeat your rows 12 through 15. We're going to go back and start with row 8 again. So rows 9, 10, and 11 are going to be with the white, and then we'll repeat those 4 rows. Okay? And then rows 16 and 17, we're going to do just rows 8, which is our stripe row, and 9, which is our filling in row. Okay? So I'm going to go do all those, and I will come back for row, let's see, row 18 is just straight across, so I'll come back for row 19. That's when we start decreasing to finish up the egg shape on top. So I've just finished row number 18, which was a half double crochet in each stitch across. I have 21 stitches per row right now, but I'm going to start decreasing and forming the top of my egg. So to start, I'm going to chain 1, turn, so I'm working on the right side, and in these first 2 stitches here I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease. So I'll start like usual. I'll pick up a loop, insert down into the stitch, pull up another one, and I'm going to pull only through the first 2 loops right now. I'll start the next one, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull through all of the loops on my hook. So now instead of 2 stitches, I've got just the one right there. Alright, so after you do that, we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 8 stitches. 3, 4, 5. 3 more. 6, 7, and there's 8. And then I'm going to work another one right here in the middle of the row. So yarn over, insert through, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert, and then pull through all the loops. So now I'll just half double crochet till I reach the last 2 stitches. I'll decrease again in those 2 stitches, so this row will have 18 stitches. I'm going to continue doing this for the next couple rows, decreasing on each side and in the middle, and then that way when I get down to row 23 I'll have 6 stitches left. So I will join you back then when I get to row 23. So after row 23, I've got just 6 stitches left in my row. Last row, row number 24, chain 1. I'm going to do a single, we're switching back to single crochet now, so I'm going to do a single crochet decrease here in the first 2 stitches. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then do another decrease in the last 2 so that I've got just 4 stitches in my last row. So flipping it over to the front, there's what it looks like. Only thing I've got left to do now is put on a border. The border for this side, now you will need to flip around to get to the right side. So let's just chain 1, turn to the right side, and we're just going to do single crochets all the way around. So you can start by just working in the top of your row here. And then as we work around, just try to work it evenly. This edge here looks a little funky because that's where we did all our decreases. And then you'll just go down the edge and all the way up around till you come back to here. You can just join it with a slip stitch, cut it off, weave in your ends, and you'll be done. So let's compare to the sample one here. You can see we used a much darker variegated yarn in this one than this one. I like the light one. But you can see also how this one's got the nice edge that kind of helps even things out once you're done. So again, this is pattern number FP431. Which you can find on maggiescrochet.com, as well as all of the materials you'll need to make it. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments.
Draw up a loop, draw through 2, draw through 1. Yarn over, or if you accidentally drop it, those loops won't fall off your hook. So now I'm going to continue on, skip that one, pick up this one, skip,